Laboratory procedures. Lab equipment for physics projects can run from very simple and inexpensive, such as springs and strings, to complex and expensive, electronic sensors, data collection software, and PCs. Equipment should be stored in locked cabinets or rooms depending on their size, sturdiness, and value. The equipment should be brought out to the class ahead of time and be placed at each lab station. The lab procedures will be discussed ahead of time so all students know their roles. Before using equipment, it is important to understand its proper use. Your teacher will explain how to use each piece of equipment. You should be prepared to use equipment safely. The teacher will demonstrate the procedure before you attempt the experiment. Only plug in equipment with the permission of the teacher after it's been inspected. You should demonstrate that you can use the procedure before you begin collecting the data. Any deviation from the procedure must be approved by the teacher before attempting. The teacher will move around the classroom, ensuring that you are following proper lab procedures. At the completion of the lab, all equipment should be returned to their proper storage site. The teacher needs to approve of the disposal of any equipment or consumables, and it should follow the usage instructions provided with the material. Lab procedures typically specify what equipment is required to perform an experiment. This ranges from meter sticks to data collection interfaces. While it is not necessary to discuss the appropriate use of a meter stick, more complex measurement instruments such as velocity sensors, electronic balances, and data collection interfaces require instruction. These instruments come with instructions on setup, use, and maintenance that must be followed. Many instruments are calibrated when they are turned on, such as electronic balances, and others may need to be sent back to the vendor for calibration. A written document for safety procedures will be posted in every lab and must be read and understood by all students. Proper safety procedures should include, but not be limited to, proper supervision at all times is required. All personnel injuries or illnesses should be reported immediately to the teacher. Personal apparel should be appropriate and protect personnel from potential dangers. Dangling jewelry and headphones are prohibited. Lab equipment should be well maintained and checked frequently. Electrical safety is paramount. Safety equipment such as fire extinguishers and blankets, eye wash and shower stations, and first aid kits should be present as required. Safety procedures for lab equipment are specified in the Equipment Instruction Manual and must be followed to ensure the health and safety of the students. For example, if using a spring marble launcher, safety glasses must be worn. If a class is using a laser safety glasses are required. Working with electric circuits needs to be carefully observed by the teacher. Work should not take place near sources of water. For variable power sources, the source should first be set at the lowest possible voltage and increase slowly. When measuring current or voltage with a multimeter, set the scale on the highest range, that is the highest current or voltage, and then adjust the scale downward until readings are obtained. This helps protect the meter from damage. Fire extinguishers are a key component to every lab safety. Different types of extinguishers are used for different types of fires. You have the general purpose fire extinguishers. They're used for fires that involve ordinary combustible items such as cloth, wood, and paper. Chemical smoke extinguishers are used for fires that involve organic solvents, flammable liquids, and electrical equipment. This is because using a traditional extinguisher can worsen the problem. A fire blanket can be used to extinguish smaller fires. In the case that someone's clothes are on fire, they should lie on the floor and be rolled onto a fire blanket until the fire is put out. It must not be used while a person is standing due to the danger of the flames traveling upwards. Everyone in the lab should be aware of where the fire blankets are located. Now, if there's a large fire, in the case of a large fire, yell "fire" and evacuate the lab and call the emergency phone number. That would be 911 in the USA, but you have to find out the emergency phone number for where you are. And then only make the call when you are well clear of the lab. Don't stay in the lab where the fire is. Both a safety shower and an eye wash station are requirements for every laboratory and are needed in the case of exposure to harmful chemicals. It is the teacher's responsibility to ensure both are always in good working order by performing inspections as required by school recommendations. The safety shower should be used in the case of a chemical spill. It should be used on the affected area. It is capable of flushing gallons of water per minute. Procedure: stand under the shower and activate the water flow by pulling this handle right here. Flush for a minimum of 15 minutes. The eye wash station provides a continuous flow of clean water. It flushes both eyes at the same time.